Hey guys, it's Aiden here making another video. Today I want to share some of the reflections I've been having recently around identity and taking action and some other things. Let's get into it. For those of you who are new to my channel, I talk about my own personal development, my struggles, my challenges, my successes, and some of the insights that I gain along the journey. So if that sounds interesting to you, then maybe check out my other videos. And if you really like it, then you could subscribe. So today I'm going to talk about, like I said, identity and stuff like that. So identity can mean a lot of different things for different people. The way I'm talking about it today is my sort of the relationship with myself and my world around me, which I guess is the definition of identity. But I've noticed that a lot of things that like maybe I want to do, or things that like I have been doing maybe are not resonating with where I would like to go on my in my development. So engaging in stuff that maybe isn't serving me. So particularly like I love playing games, and I love like spending time with my friends on games, but I know that I've been spending a lot of time just gaming, and that's not necessarily resonant with where I'd like to go. Yes, it's part of the toolkit that I use and the thing that one of the things I enjoy doing, but it's become kind of my only, or one of my main go-tos, and at the expense of some of the other things that I would like to explore and continue to develop. And so I spent some time talking with my therapist today, and I also had like a good conversation with Iggy yesterday, who, for those of you who don't know, is someone I study under, and is teaching me like shamanism. He's from Peru, so his background is like in Peruvian shamanism, and he's also learned some from natives, a native group called the Nemenhah people, as well, in the U.S. So he's been teaching me that, and I've been learning from him for a few years now. And the theme that kind of came up was like, well, my therapist said it really well. She said like, do it the Hayden way, and it seems really simple, and it seems like something that would be kind of obvious. Society, or like people tell us like, oh, be yourself and stuff like that. But I don't know. I've never heard someone say like, do it the Hayden way. Which is weird because like my channel name's like just being Hayden. And so it would make sense that like I've already come to that conclusion, but it just hit in a different way. And so I think that like a lot of times or at least I've noticed for myself, that I put certain rules around how certain things have to be done. So the dishes have to be done a certain way, the laundry has to be done a certain way, and we don't necessarily take time to like reevaluate why those rules might be there. A lot of times it's probably conditioning from maybe childhood, or from the people around us who have told us how we should or shouldn't do things. And so it might be helpful at some point to kind of reevaluate how that is serving you or not serving you to do it that specific way. So does your closet need to be 100% super organized, or is it like, does that add any value to your life to have it super organized, or can it be like Hayden organized, where it's like just enough to like kind of meet the needs that you need met in that moment, and that's all you need, or is that actually serving you to have it neat and organized? So that's kind of the stuff that I've been exploring, and thinking about, and this can apply to all aspects of life, not just like simple things like that. It can also apply to like social interactions. It can apply to how you spend your time in your day. Like, do you feel like this need to be constantly productive? Is that actually serving you? For what purpose is that serving you? So, you can kind of dive into it if you want to, but at the end of the day, I found it helpful to kind of reflect, at least in this moment, to reflect on like how would I like the day to go based on like me as a person, as Hayden, not as like the voices from the past telling me that I should do it a certain way. Um, so I don't know. I just wanted to kind of share that with you. Um, and I think that our culture is very kind of sterilized in the sense that everything is expected to be a certain way. Even when I like look on YouTube, and a lot of the judgments that I've had towards myself as a YouTuber is that like my videos are not polished and clean, like some of the videos that I see on YouTube or that other YouTubers make, and so I kind of internalize that standard that it should be that way, or I need to like produce videos in that way, and in some ways I kind of overshadow my own voice and my own authenticity in that sense. Um, and so I think there's it's taking time to reflect on like what what purpose do those structures or rules serve for you. So um, while a medical video put out by a like specific hospital needs to look very professional and clean, if you choose as a viewer, whoever's watching decides to make a YouTube video or a YouTube channel, does it need to look specifically like the doctor's video? Maybe, if that has value to you and you value the cleanliness, the like professionalism that video has, maybe that has like purpose for you. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe you just take your phone out and you take a video outdoors, or in a room, or I don't know, wherever you want to do it. And that's enough. Just to kind of share your voice and share your opinion, to know like, again, it depends on like what are you gaining from that experience, what are you trying to get out of that, right? um and I've realized that like the goal for me in these videos that I make is for me to just share what I've learned, and to share my knowledge, to share my story, and to maybe it'll help someone, and maybe it just helps me to be able to like have a place where I can just be myself and just share and be authentic. Um, but I know that it also helps people, because I've seen you guys send me stuff that it's been helpful for you and encouraging me to keep on going. And so um, there's an element that I understand that there's something there that is of benefit to other people. So um, I think we sometimes put ourselves in boxes and like put ourselves in a pretzel around like rules that we're trying to follow, but they're not in alignment with who we are as a person. And so we end up kind of strangling or hampering ourselves and our path, because we're not like following the we're using old rules that don't really apply to our life and who we are as a person. So in that regard, I think being able to take some time to kind of reflect on what you value and what is important to you as a person, and why it's important to you, is important. And being able to kind of identify, I mean, this can be tricky too, because like we can get ourselves in a trap of trying to figure out what's wrong with us, but identifying maybe where like there's incongruence, or like there's a lack of lineup with like what you're trying to create and the direction you'd like to go and like the actions that you're taking, and figure out like, hey, like what's preventing me from going and doing that thing? Is it doubt? Is it fear? Is it insecurity? Is it like I don't really know what to do? And so taking time to know like what that is helpful, and is kind of the discussion that Iggy was having yesterday. Um, and it's just like you just at some point you got to figure out, well, like what is holding you back, and then even if you don't really know what's holding you back, if you can, just go for the path, just do it. So if there's something you want to do, like figure out how to make it happen and go for it. um, I think sometimes the fear can provide like distractions and provide like remedial kind of band-aids that make us feel better temporarily, but then after a while we're left feeling empty again, because like we're not acknowledging some of those like desires and passions that maybe we want to explore, but we're not allowing ourselves to, even if it's in a small way, just like going to like, I don't know, if you're really interested in art, like allowing yourself to go like join an art community, or like connect with other people that do art, or take time out of your day to like pull up a YouTube video and like explore art, or just go for it. Just get a canvas, or I don't know, use like an old T-shirt and paint it or something, create something. Um, or if it's gardening, like find like an old Tupperware that you don't use and put some dirt in there and try to grow some herbs in your house. Like there's different ways of doing that. Um, and if you guys have been keeping up with my Instagram, I've been kind of working on growing mushrooms, not like the psychedelic kind, obviously. Like that's illegal. I can't do that. But um, lion's mane and shiitake mushrooms. So I just made like a lion's mane bucket, which you can do at your house. It's not that hard. If you're interested in doing that, there's like lots of videos. Well, there's not lots of videos, but you can make like a lion's mane bucket, where lion's mane will just grow in your house, out of the bucket, not like in your house. Don't worry about, it's not gonna take over or anything. But so yeah, it's there's always like something you can do, like creating space to find something that like is in alignment with the direction you want to go into. So that's what I'm doing now by making this video, because I like doing this. So I would encourage you and open that door opportunity to explore something that you would like to do today that is in alignment with your values and your vision. And maybe take a couple minutes sometime today or sometime this week, if you're able to take some time for yourself and to do something fun that is in alignment with who you are. So I think that's all I have for today. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, take time for yourself, seek your truth, and I will catch you in future videos. Bye for now.